Late on the Friday, YouTube of the live. It's me, Seaman, and I'm back. I'm back with another video, and if you're in here, you're good to go. Hey, Bonafides and YouTube otherwise. It's me, Seaman, and I'm back. Baby, you were listening to the musical style listings of at It's Low Key D on Instagram. If you need her for any kind of music, engineering, music compilation, music collaboration, hit her up at It's Low Key D on Instagram. What is going on, everybody? Oh, and tell her I sent you. What's going on, everybody, child? Just trying to fit everything and everybody in, I messed around and stepped out for a minute, and now I'm back, and I'm like, damn, I was supposed to have been done this daggone video because, baby, the episode was hot, okay? But I ain't even gonna lie, I kind of talked it to them with too many people. Like, it's like everybody was hot on it afterwards. I wasn't even here when it came on. I was traveling. So by the time I watched it, I think late that night, or I watched it on Monday, everybody else had watched it 2 or 3 times. They were ready to jump on, talk about it. So I had talked it to death, and then I had to watch it a couple more times this week because it was so good. I just never got around to coming to talk to y'all about it, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hold it against me, y'all. Don't hold it against me, okay? Child, I'm sitting here. Got me a little juice in here. But I messed around, put too much crushed ice in my dang cup. Happy Black History Month, y'all. What a great, great, great month so far for Black History. We heard about The Color Purple coming back and that new cast. Y'all see them? So many new like Black TV and movies is coming out this month. Like it does every year, but it's like, to me this year it just seems even more fascinating now that we're getting to know new writers and new actors and things, like directors and things like that. So I was listening to Courtney Kemp, the writer of this show that we've been talking about. She is moving on. So this is like, she wrote out, I guess, all the, these books that we know about so far. But she has quit at Starz and is now going to produce new TV on Netflix. Did y'all know that? Yeah, I watched her. I need to go get some more juice. I watched her live from after this episode, and she said that. So we are going to have new writers, or we're going to have a new head writer, and I wonder how different of a tone this thing is going to take. Okay. Now, after I watched this episode and the first Force episode, I was like, yo, one thing I don't like about the Power Universe, for real, is it's like all the women are always clamoring for the respect and adulation of the men in power. It's like I'm not seeing no women in power, eh, in power in the Power Universe. And someone was telling me, "Oh, well, you have Raquel, but Raquel is like barely hanging on to a string too. She does. It doesn't really seem like the show isn't focused just around her. Like it's not a heavy focus on her being that girl to me. I feel like it's so much of everybody else that we really don't get to savor and sink our teeth into her being, excuse me, that number one boss, with her being the Don Dada for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And she got too much foolishness going on. All her team is foolish in one way or the other. Her brothers, her son. You see what I'm saying? Now we know that everything's not everything in the Power Universe, and some of uh even the guys have imbeciles and nimwits on their team, but it just seems like her whole team is like that. I don't know. But that girl on Force asked her daddy for his approval. I was like, okay, I'm sick of this. Uh, I'm sick of this. And Courtney said something about like that's a purposeful common theme for her, because she started the Power Universe concentrating on Black men in America and the things they have to do to survive or come up and why they do it. And I was like, not feeling it, sis, not feeling it, sis. Okay. But anyways. Well, if y'all ever watch that, if you ever watch yeah. If you ever watch the after show with Courtney and any of the other ones, I think she's gonna do a couple more. And she's probably gonna do some for Force and Influence, since she has some writing and some stuff going on, some power over those Power series. Um, Go check them out. She lets a lot of stuff. She clears up a lot of stuff in those interviews or those lives, and goes into gives you hints as to what's to come. So I thoroughly enjoy them for the most part, and I think almost every one of the characters from that episode or from that Power series comes on for about 5 to 8 minutes and talks. This week was Braden's actor, the actor who plays Braden, and I enjoyed the actor himself and learned things about him and got to learn about how as he's the way that he has to act with Braden now is not how he started, because when Braden first came around, Braden was the fun and acting foolish and just down to kick it and stuff like that. Whereas now he has to focus on, now that Braden is going into more serious things, he's got to know when to temper the fun and the comedy and stuff like that with being a little bit more serious and more thoughtful. Not just in the way that he plays it. I mean, in the way that he plays Braden. Excuse me. All right. So let's get into this season finale in just a minute. Okay, honey? I was just trying to let some folks come in and talk a little bit before we went in on it. And now I got to go get me some juice. Okay, because I need to have something to drink, y'all. Don't even get me started. Like I said, I'm just coming in, so I ain't got no notes. We're going free for all, and this is not no review. Okay, honey? This is me talking about all the stuff I remember, and you joining in if you want to. All the stuff I remember, all the stuff that I enjoyed, and we're going to get it in like that. How about that? Let's listen one more time. You got a minute and 47 seconds of my intro, and I'm going to get me something to drink. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm back. All right, honey. Let's start at the beginning though, honey. They thought they had them a plan, right? And I don't know if you hollered, but I hollered by how much of a simp Mecca is. Y'all, I'm not hollering he's a simp now. He was a simp now because he got killed. It's just how he just I felt like he was a simp after we found out he was a snitch. At that point, I knew that since he was a snitch, that he was soft in some kind of way. We knew he was soft for Monet, but we also saw him, to be deadly killer. When they said snitch, I knew he was soft for the Monet. When they said he was a snitch, I knew he was going to get killed quickly at some point. Like maybe not this season, I maybe thought even at the beginning of next season. But I knew he was going to get off, okay? He wasn't going to watch his back. His number one hitter, we didn't see no other hitter as hard as the chef was gone. I felt like he was exposed, okay? Honey, when he came out there with that little necklace for Monet, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so nice." He was like, "You know what? You know what? I think we need to have Kane kill his daddy." Y'all, they literally, now you supposed to be a hitter like that. You got international not espionage, international drug trade going on, stuff like that. And you want to send a 20-year-old something son to do a son to go kill his daddy. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, and then for the mama to be down for it. I just, y'all, it did not seem, to me, I felt like it was overdone. It was overriding. It was Tyler Perry at that point, okay? Y'all got goons for days. And you gonna send the boy talking about, oh, go do that so that you can show me that you're loyal to me. What kind of piss show was this? What kind of dingaling fighting mess was that? I can't imagine that. Like, how would you ever be able to, let's say the boy did go kill him. How does that make you trust him? That he would go kill his daddy for riches, okay, and for clout. How do you ever trust him? And then Monet, how the heck do you get for it? Because get down with that. Because even if he did go kill him, wouldn't you be asking how would you ever trust him? And then you feel like you gotta watch him all the time around your son and stuff in case he kill him? Because he don't really trust him, but he just needed the boy's daddy out the way. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It don't be thought through all the way. It doesn't. But what got me is Monet. When she told that boy, you got to pick me or your daddy. Now I know they're the two dark skinned ones at the crew, okay? And that might have a little bond on them. You know what I'm saying? A little bond, okay? But you gotta pick me or your daddy. if he was any other nigga on the street treating you like this, disrespecting you, wearing your Jesus piece, and still got you acting like a peon and you number 4 in charge of woo woo. Girl, can we rewind it back to any old nigga? I was glad that Kane said, we're not talking about any old dude on the street. We're talking about my dad. I was like, come on, Kane. I couldn't believe that she was down for it like that. Now, then I think later on, when I was watching it initially, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe she down for it like that. But then I was like, maybe Monet was thinking the whole time, like, nah, why would you even want to put that in your child's mind that they need to go kill they should go kill their other parent, you know? And then when she told Lorenzo, oh, Mecca got Kane think he need to kill you. Huh? Lorenzo was down with, but I got this all planned out. This is Monet talking about, I got this plan and he ain't gonna do it for real. We got a whole plan and stuff. Excuse me. How does somebody have you thinking that you need to kill your baby? If I was Lorenzo, can't have been dead. You know, hold up. Can't nobody tell me, make me think I need to kill my mom or my dad. And honey, if anybody went to my mom and dad and said, Chelsea thinks she need to kill one of y'all, do you know them niggas would have me done? Like, I don't know, y'all. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Somebody tell me. Okay, but this whole Kane kill Lorenzo part was too much for me. I wasn't with it at all. Even that's not what she meant. I think that is going to have him giving her the side for here on out. That's going to have Kane giving Monet the side out because Kane is foolish and don't think for himself. He does what people tell him to do. Now, oh, you said catch you back in the replay game. Okay. What was I gonna say? What tripped me out was he was like, nah, ma, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Until she said, well, Tariq killed his daddy. Nigga, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it then. I'm gonna do it then. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bruh, your thing, it's like you always in competition with somebody. You always trying to show your dang-a-lang off with some other dude, be it your brother, your daddy, Tariq. It's just when he was all in because she said Tariq killed his daddy. He didn't ask her how, when, why the people ain't got the boy in jail yet, how you know. He was just like, I'm in. I said, man. And Courtney be over there acting like the dude. Okay. Now, I'm not acting like the dude, Woody, who plays Kane, ain't doing a good job. But child, do it take a lot to play Kane? I just want somebody to help me. Does it take a lot to play Kane, y'all? Because I'm just like, child, this is crazy. All right, let's get the small stuff out the way. So I was here for Tariq finally realizing that, bro, you can't be 1 foot in the game, 1 foot out the game. Even if he would have got the money from Mecca and being on the run with your sister for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. You can't do that. You need to get her together. Now, why can somebody explain to me why Tasha never took Yasmin with her? Can somebody tell me that? Was there a reason why Yasmin didn't take or Tasha didn't take her daughter with her? I was so glad because it did not make no sense for that girl to be floundering out there or getting adopted and her mama is alive and there's kids in the witness protection program day in and day out, okay? In real life. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm glad that he was able to get with the caretaker and arrange that with Miss Washington. Oh girl, did y'all see that hair, that colonial hair on their head outside that cabin? Oh, them pretty dark skinned cinnamon tone women and all of that colonial hair. It made me itch as I have colonial hair in my head. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's in a more ethnic style, okay? I was like, oh my gosh, right? Ooh, I couldn't take it. But they got this woman living up in the cabin. Now, wasn't she supposed to be somewhere else? Where was she supposed to go? Where was Tasha supposed to be at? And they got her living in a cabin working on the computer. What's her job? Oh, she's an accountant or something, right? Mm. Tasha did not take her because Tariq set up a plan for Big Mama to keep Yaz until there was no more threat. Dang, so it wouldn't be no threat for Big Mama to just be wilding around New York. That old lady be walking around New York with the child, and somebody killed the child and the old lady. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad that he was able to get them back together, and that they wouldn't let them see each other and talk and stuff like that because she's in the witness protection program, and they need to soon forget Tariq and that whole life, and all that bullcrap that was going on. And as soon as they get started with it, and then she can't be that lady Washington. She has to have plausible deniability, which we're gonna talk about that again when it comes into play with Diana. She can't be saying she arranged the stuff with Tyreek and stuff like that. Because I bet they had it laid out where it was the caregiver, and that Tariq gave the word to the caregiver, and the caregiver contact Ms. Washington and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like it has some legal stuff going on as to why they needed to not see each other. In addition to the fact they needed to forget them in their life. Period. You said you glad it came to an end. Me too, honey, because it was unrealistic. Okay. So that's that. What's another quick and dirty? So Everett and Drew is still running with each other and stuff like that. And Drew, I know Drew is supposed to be a young man, like, way, way early. Okay, because Zeke was 23. Then Kane is somewhere, and then Drew, and Diana's like 19. So, he's probably in between 20 and 21 too. You know what I'm saying? So, but dang, I would think even at that age, y'all out here, you committing murder and then going to screw. You know what I'm saying? You committing uh uh you know y'all committing distraction with this man's property and stuff like that, and you'd have met up with Everett to give him a kiss. Child, I was like, if I see Everett one more time before some mess or after some mess go on, all right, that's why he keep talking, because you always keeping him around the mess. That stuff pissed me off. I ain't got to never see Everett again, honestly. That's another storyline that I feel like is going around in circles. Okay. Now, y'all, when they get to planning with Tyreek and stuff like that, I don't know about y'all, but I start getting lost. These big elaborate schemes on who gonna do what and who, and running around with this and that and whoop 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 whoop. I start getting lost, honey. I can't even repeat back this daggone scheme. Wait, before we get into this, go to the trial. So Tyreek's still on trial. It ends really well because they get Braden to come in to testify in place of Trace, his brother. And Braden coming in, he looking all goofy. He looking like he's scared. He got his head down. And the district attorney, Jennifer, or whatever, I don't even know what her name is. She looking like, ooh, baby, we got one, right? Now remember, Tyreek then did mess on Braden too. You know what I'm saying? Not only have they done dirt together, but that mess that he did with that picture has, pissed Braden off, right? So I'm thinking, he's snitchable. He's looking snitchable right now. Okay. Uh, Jenny. Her name is Jenny. Okay. But yeah, I just was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then what was the conversation that was had on the outside? On the outside, right before the end, Davis gets caught up with Tyreek because something about Trace is coming to come. Uh, Trace is supposed to come testify, but and oh, I forgot that. But anyway, they talking about Trace coming to testify, and something about some one of Sax's nieces was with Tariq during the stuff that Trace could testify about. So, they shouldn't have nothing. He should have an alibi, this, that, and the other. But then they have a conversation about the fact that Davis knew that Tariq had been set up by Kane with that cop badge. And prior to this, Tariq didn't know that Davis knew. So at that point, yeah, Davis asked, what did Trace have on him? Yeah. Um, so Davis says, uh, he let him know he knew or whatever, but try to act like he had to, keep it moving and stuff like that. But at that point, Tariq understood, okay, so if you know that oh boy did that, how else would you know that he didn't come down there and tell you just off the skin on his chinny chin chin? So he must be looking for you to look out for him, and they paying you too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I give it to you. I believe folks are smart, y'all. I believe folks are smart. I believe that there's some really genius type people. But the way that oh boy was Tyreek was putting all this stuff together, I was just like, yeah, I don't know, no, 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 no. So we get into the courtroom. Braden coming down with his head down. In the end, he stood tall because remember, he has immunity to anything that he says if he comes and testifies. And so he come in there and says he was the mastermind behind all the drug dealing at Choate and at Stansfield. He's the one who made the app where they were selling the drugs through. And, long story short, he's the one that the professor, Jabari, was writing about in his book. You know what I'm saying? So, he ain't killed that man and, this, that, and the other. Y'all doing a lot with nothing. Is basically what he said. And honey blew the whole case wide open. What tripped me out is when the judge asked Jenny, "You think you got a chance of winning anything with this jury?" And she looked over there, and it was a couple black men, a Chinese, and I ain't gonna say Chinese, an Asian man, and some women or whatever. And they was looking, and she was like, well, can you dismiss this with, without prejudice, so I can come back and get this and whatever, and come back at him and Sachs gonna holler, well that or no, not Sachs. I think it was David said, well, that introduces prejudice or whatever. And so the judge dismisses the case and the jury was pissed. The jury was like, oh man, I was like, they're like, baby, this was just getting good, and now it's over. I was hollering, honey. It was the bomb. It was the bomb. I like that whole scene. It was cool. So, anyways, Jenny is so mad. Jenny is so through about, you know, how this all went down, and she's not feeling Sax. They accidentally meet each other at some kind of, bar. And what tripped me out is she is supposed to be all distraught, talking about, oh, um, I know that I've just found out that Lauren died. Lauren was killed, or Lauren died. It looks like it was a car accident, and it's a bag full of money. Now, but before I listened to Courtney, I kind of had an idea: is Jenny lying, like bullcrapping, just to play the game with these two and see, what how they'll deal with this type of information, and if she can maybe spark some kind of other responsibility with Tyreek having done it. You know what I'm saying? And oh boy was like, nah, he had a what was I gonna say? Not a wire. He had a ankle bracelet on, so no, that ain't it. It didn't go off, did it? And she was like, no. He was like, that boy didn't do it or whatever. And she was like, it's just so sad because, I took her protection off of her and put it on Carrie, and Carrie's dead, and now Lauren's dead. And he was like, well, Carrie took her life. That's what they said, right? And so she was like, yeah, well, that's what they said, but this is all suspicious. And Baby Sax looked at her and told her to take the L. You tried everything you could. You did everything that was within reason and within the law. Just take the L, because you now wilding out and doing some, offbeat type stuff ain't gonna do nothing but potentially put your career in jeopardy. She looked him in his eye and she told him that being silent, basically taking the L, just like letting things flow is how you makes you an accomplice to the stuff. And that's why he and her don't mix. Because Sax is slimy. And she's like by the book, upstanding, I guess is what they were trying to give us. But why you laying with him then? That's my thing. I don't know. Am I going too far with that? I don't know. So basically said we ain't the same type. You could have said that before you screwed him, because you already knew what time it was with him anyway before you screwed him. You know, I don't know. I thought that was cold blooded, but at the same time, I felt like, listen, girl, you was all up in them panties. You had them panties all around that boy neck, and now you're trying to play like he's a low life, and he's trying to care about you, even if it's some stuff you don't want to hear and you ain't gonna do. He's trying to care about you, and now he a low life, baby. Sax get to feel some way when she finally told him, baby, I'm not dealing with you. And see, I feel like she kind of did all that and said all that too to kind of spark him to think, dang, now because now she finally tells him she don't want him and why. So I think she wanted to inspire him to do something courageous in her to her game. Now he goes all around looking, told Tyreek about that daggone girl being dead. He's obviously ate up and tore down because ain't nobody told him nothing about it. Told Davis, try to put it on Davis, like, man, you let Tyreek put him see what she said on the wire. And I said, Davis like, look, baby, I don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that boy didn't kill that girl. It was a whole bunch of people that, was looking for her. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I wouldn't. And then he tried to say, now Carrie's dead and all this stuff like that. And he was like, I didn't want her to be dead. He's like, oh, well, I was like, you not finna put none of this mess on me, okay? The cookies didn't crumble the way they are, but I didn't have nothing to do with it, okay? I didn't do nothing like download to have this stuff done to these people or to have this stuff happen to these people, right? So then he tells him, because you remember, Davis's brother's in jail. So now the number one premier case that he wants to work on is his brother's case. And so the brother's in jail for allegedly shooting somebody, but she's, oh shit, hold on, y'all. All right. And Sax is like, yeah, we've been on this, and we just found out that the shooter was 4 inches taller than your brother's, or than the defendant or whatever. So, we'll work on. He was like, yes, because that is the case I really want to focus on, and trust you with it, right? Now, we had just heard the brother when he went down there to the dang jailhouse tell him, don't be down. Okay, you say you got this white boy, working for you and in your pocket and stuff like that, but don't be messing with this white boy and get entangled and end up switching places with me. And I feel like this is going to be some BS going on between him and Sax. Now that Sax has said he gonna do whatever he has to do to help Jenny put a pin in the St. Patrick's people, Tyreek and his people, right? And I'm just sitting here like, you going after this little boy, yes, that's doing dirt. I'm not taking nothing away from who Tyreek is, okay? But why is there no case on the Tejadas? Ain't no case on the Tejadas. And I discussed this with a few people. They tell me, well, they ain't as big as Tyreek. The heck they ain't. They the one causing all the drama on the street. Really. Besides, the other crews that we've come into contact with, they got a lot going on. And they running with Tyreek. Y'all don't know that? So I just, honey, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do something. Put my hair up. Um, I don't know. That was just a question that I had. Now, okay. I'm not finna get into the sex and all this. I was finna commit suicide and all that. I'm not finna do it. Um, Now let's get over here to the conversation that Braden and Tariq had in the room after the trial. Baby, after Braden did that mess in the courtroom, his daddy packed him up. You leaving Stanfield, boy. You finna be right up under my nose. I'm finna watch your crazy tail. And you can come run my hedge fund or learn how to run the hedge fund and stuff like that because you're doing too much out here, right? But the thing about it is, Braden is sold out to this. He likes that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Braden is either on the line to be a sax or on the line to be a what I deem a more intellectual Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I'm thinking more so of the second part, the Tommy, because I just don't think that, oh boy, I mean, he was even telling Tyreek in the room, we can still run a couple things, here, just let me see what's going to happen to me and I'll get back with you, basically so many words. And so I think the dad, like, I'm really interested on what the dad thinks he's going to do with this boy. And I want us to run out these characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just because he ain't over at Stansfield no more, you know, not give us enough Braden. Even though she says that the writer says we're gonna see him, and he's gonna have a lot of stuff going on next year. I want to see real life Courtney, because if this would have happened in real life, he's gonna have to deal with that family, and I want to make sure that I want to see that thoroughly, not just him on the street. And I guess he get a new love interest or something next year. Not just that. I want to see how this runs with the family, how this messes with the family's money or influence. I want to hear all of. I want to see all that. Maybe we'll get it in Power Book Influence. That'd be cool. Okay. I like Braden. I want to see what Braden. I want to see more of Braden. Whitman gonna find all that out when he goes after Monet for Zeke. Whitman. Who is Whitman? I done got lost. Sachs? Is Sachs' last name Whitman? Yes, Whitman is the police officer. You're right. Sorry. So you're right. Okay. I was like, who the heck is Whitman? Okay. So you're right. Whitman is gonna find out about the Tejadas and gonna get into Tejada's butt because Zeke, baby, Goofy tells Zeke, takes his crazy tail over here to the police station because he's trying to figure out in his mind if he gonna go with his mama and daddy, his newly found mama and daddy, okay, off into the sunset like they planning, right? And he can't wrap around his head that Monet ain't had nothing to do with that lady Carrie dying, right? He wants to give himself a reason not to go or give him a reason to go. So he take his butt down there to the dang, what you call them people, to the detective Whitman, and saying, are you sure that this was a homicide? I'm like, y'all, this boy's so dumb. Ain't nobody on here. He ain't got no handler for real. I know Tariq can't be his handler. You know what I'm saying? See, the white folks at the school knew that he needed a handler. Okay. So now I know that Tariq can't handle because he's in trouble, but y'all ain't got no handler nowhere for old stupid Zeke. So that sparks Whitman to sit up here and say, uh, "Ooh, that sounds good. Hold on, I'm gonna get in that in a minute." So that sparks Whitman to go say, maybe it's more to the story too. You know what I'm saying? Because when Whitman said, "Well, do you have something to add? Like, we don't know anything else. We don't have that new. You got something?" He's like, "No, I'm just asking," and walks out all stupid. Whitman's like, "Oh no, baby, I'm finna go do some detective work," and pulls back a freaking video of Monet at a traffic light by Carrie's house, and then he starts stuttering. But if this is what you wanted to give you, finite decision making information on if you're gonna fool Monet and them not. He shows you Monet was over in the area. Monet wasn't, I mean, now he said she was looking for me. Maybe he was lying to himself. I think, yeah, in that moment, Zeke was probably lying to himself, like, no, she was just coming to look for me and I was close over there and stuff like that. Da 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 da. Because he still went on that plane. So I would think that if him seeing her at that stoplight was literally something that proved that she was going to hurt Carrie, he wouldn't have got on that plane, right? Am I right, y'all? Am I right? I mean, am I thinking that through right? Let me think. Yeah. So maybe that didn't shows the that Monet has something to do with it. Or maybe Zeke just confine himself, just basically say, you know what, child, I'm just gonna go on with these people. I can't avoid it. I just gonna start new with these people. That'll be interesting. Cause like I said, he is sold out. Braden is sold out to the stuff. So anyways, so he ends up going to get on the plane and we'll talk about what happened. Now I thought when he was leaving out that detective office for the last time that he was literally going to crash the little car, that little car with his big tail. But we see he did still go get on the plane, right? Yeah, baby, that's the truth, and that's why Tariq said plausible deniability with her. So now the big plan. If I haven't missed anything else, oh, after they win the trial or whatever, the trial is dismissed. Tariq and Davis is in the office and they talking, and basically Tariq like, I'm out the game and just momentarily, you know what I'm saying? I'm through with this mess. I'm out the game. I'm done with you. Da da da. And Davis is all like, man, you ain't gonna never be out the game because them Tejadas ain't gonna let you out the game. And why Monet called right then? I was like, oh my gosh, I hate when that happens in movies. This ain't no bad writing on Courtney. That type of stuff happens all the time on movies and TV shows. Um, but he was basically like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with you. You got your money, woo woo. And I would think that with that diamond, Tariq would never have to pay Davis again with the financial impact that Diamond had. I would just think that, baby, you just on my call. I call you anytime I want to. Don't y'all? Did y'all see that Diamond? Um, so they going back and forth and giving each other shade props about their intelligence. And then he even told him, one day you might be oh, because he told him, Tariq told him, I know that you fooling with them Tejadas, and you ain't supposed to double dip, Negro. And I can mess you up and call, the state board or whatever like that, and let them know what was going on. And so then, like I said, they having a pissing match. Davis is all like, "Oh, baby, you can go ahead and do that, but for you to make it stick, baby, you would totally have to implicate and prove yourself, prove the stuff that you done did. You have to speak to that, babe. So if you ready to do that, do what you do, boo. You know what I'm saying? And so right when he's walking out to go take care of Monet, talk with Monet, he basically telling oh boy, Davis telling Tariq, and you be a decent lawyer, and he gonna turn around and say, ain't no such thing as no decent lawyer. I was like, what is Tariq at school for? Do y'all know? What is his major? But anyway, when he meets Monet, I'm talking about Tariq, they sit over there talking about some uh getting a plan together to kill Lorenzo and kill Mecca, or to have it look like Kane is gonna kill Lorenzo and set move that bag around so that Mecca would be uh thinking they're gonna trade it, and Tariq would end up getting that $2 million he asked from Mecca moved over, and Monet would kill him. Well, Monet's not supposed to kill Mecca until the money is transferred. Okay, and I'm going to tell y'all something in a minute that I feel. Okay, and remember, Tasha had to leave y'all behind because was about to get killed by Tommy at that cemetery, and Tariq pulled strings to get her out of there quick. Oh, okay. Well, again, I didn't watch Power, y'all. You know Tariq is studying psychology, is he? Okay, I don't know. I don't know. So, like I said, I just came in on this season of this. Like I watched. No, that was Kanan. I watched the other season. No, it wasn't. It was this. I watched a little bit of this last year, but I've never watched. I've only watched 2 episodes of Power. It ain't going back. Ain't going back. Y'all gonna have to just keep me abreast. All right. So, I don't think I'm going back. So, anyways, okay. So, damn, what was that? Okay. So the plan is to get Kane to think that he got to go, that he's killing his daddy, and they lining him up, and then to move the bag at the same time, uh, to have Mecca thinking he's gonna get his bag in exchange for the $2 million that Tariq said he needed from him, right? Well, I don't know. Like I said, when they start doing these plans, it don't really. I feel like if I was to sit down and write down step by step that they said, I would be even more disappointed than just watching it. Okay. Um, I was like, let me see what this finna be about. So Monet goes and tells Lorenzo. Why would she tell Lorenzo? Y'all, that just don't make no sense. Why would she tell Lorenzo that the boy is supposed to be trying to kill him? It's just not cool. Because now Lorenzo then watched him go against his mama with the setup with the drugs and the fake drugs and getting the connect. And then he's gonna actually literally go to kill his daddy. So who is really the most untrustworthy Tejada? Is it Diana or is it Kane? Y'all feel me? Let me hear y'all in the comment section. Is it Tayana or I'm not Tayana. Is it Diana or is it Kane? I know that. I'm getting to that. We ain't there yet. I'm waiting to see what who y'all think is the most dishonest, Diana or Kane. Ooh, y'all taking all day to put a D or a K in the thing. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds. Y'all still okay? Kimberly, not Kimberly, is still going for Diana. It's the most dishonest of the Teatas. Nobody else want to say nothing? Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, now, or Kim. That's her damn name. I didn't say it wrong. Okay, so now, I just feel like, dang, Kane, you went against your mama to become the connect, and now you're gonna kill your daddy. Like, who would even fool with you? Period. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so long story short, the plan gets going. Diana's supposed to get the real bag and move the real bag out of this place where old boy had it hiding. And they then got Drew to go get some copycat bags so that they could be moving around with Tariq and Drew, and Mecca's people and spies can see a bag moving around and think that's the bag that has Mecca stuff in it, when really Diana has it the whole time, right? So when Drew goes to, give Tariq the bag and get, the rest of the plans and stuff together. When Drew asked him, well, where are you gonna hide the bag at? And he's like, uh, the same place where y'all stole my money or whatever. And Drew sitting there looking crazy, like, you know about that? And I just felt like it was kind of weird that old boy said, I I I ain't tripping off of it. Don't worry about it. I ain't tripping off of it. Let's just get this plan together right here. Because I feel like that wasn't true. And I feel like his whole thing with Diana, because remember, he realized it was Diana who used his phone, who was in his dorm room and used his phone to get the code that would have been able to even open up where they kept their stash at, and then bricks, and then brick walls. And I feel like he used Diana in the place for her to be the bag runner, the actual bag runner, and then told Drew to tell her, don't look in the bag, as a way to get Diana back. What y'all think? As a way to get Diana, like he said, that's the way she'll only have plausible deniability, because she's not gonna pass no Polly after she looked in that bag, and she can't say that she didn't know anything about Mecca. So when Mecca dies, he can run this back, because Tyree be thinking all this shit through. He can run all of this shit back to the Tahadas running the scheme to kill Mecca and get them off his back once they go down. What y'all think? Yep, there it is. Yep. You thinking the same thing? Yep. You funny. Yeah, edit. We got it. We thinking the same way. That was his way. That's his way to get her caught up in that mess and like link all of them in to all of it. To killing Mecca, to the drugs and stuff like that, and then finally get free of these people. Because think about it, Tyreek only is linked up with the Tejadas, and then to Mecca through the Tejadas. And if the Tejadas finna kill Mecca, he finna get them to go down for the Mecca killing and all the drugs and all the bullcrap and walk off. Okay, you said setup starts now. Exactly. So now Drew follows the plan, gets caught up by some of Mecca's, lookouts. No, yeah, that was once some other gang or whatever. They tried to jump Drew, and his brother come and help after Kane had just tried to beat the brakes off of Drew a couple of episodes ago. He come and beat the brakes off them boys real good. And then when nobody called no police, wasn't nobody screaming, nothing out there. Wasn't that on the campus of Stansfield too? God dog, Stansfield, y'all got a lot of mess going on. I bet a lot of folks, and a lot of money gonna stay from over there for a couple of years. Okay, y'all better clean up. Y'all better get some more blue lights. Y'all better get some more campus police. Okay. So they ended up getting away back with the bag, even though the people that attacked Drew found that it was fake. So they were able to get away or whatever. So let's go to where. So check this out. Can we go to the scene where it's Tariq and Kane about to go into the warehouse where Lorenzo's supposed to be meeting with Mecca's people, and Kane thinks he's got to kill his daddy, right? And they in the car and they going back and forth with each other, and Tariq trying to tell him like, look, once you do this mess, you ain't gonna never be the same. And oh boy, I got this. He's like, no, you really don't, and you really don't understand what's going on right here. You don't know the ramifications of this, you killing your daddy and stuff like that to yourself, And he's all like, man, I ain't thinking about you, nigga. You ain't do. He was like, man, stop talking about me. Stop being in my face. You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying about me. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad Tariq told him that. Stop worrying about me. I was so glad he told him that, because Kane is going to have to get his own identity and stop chasing after other folks' identity, or he's going to end up dead too. Okay. And so anyway, so they go in there, and Kane up in there pointing at his head, shoot the gun, looking scared, kind of breathing and stuff like that. And right before he shoots Lorenzo, here comes Tariq talking about, no, let it go. He knows that you're here. He knows you're here to shoot him and stuff like that. And he literally puts the gun down and stops. But Negro, you sit up there and you let your mama tell you your daddy doing you like this, your daddy doing you like that, and pump you up and shit like that, where you about to kill your own daddy. And then it take a Negro that ain't even family to say, oh, don't kill him. He knows that you gonna kill him. And then you stop. So obviously all that stuff that Monet was pumping you up with and telling you that, was not cool and that hurts you and should hurt you and ain't right towards you, obviously you ain't tripping off none of it. Because if that was really some stuff that you would kill your daddy about, your daddy would be dead. So now you really got to look at yourself like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I so all this stuff you saying you can't stand about your daddy that's gonna cause your daddy to have to die, right? And Tariq can tell you not to kill him, but then you just would act like Tariq wasn't nothing. Child. Girl, I hope she gets mollywop if she asks that mess, Kim. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? If you went like the you was like, my daddy ain't nothing, he ain't did nothing to me for me, he doing me bad, da 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 da. Pumped yourself up to go shoot. And then somebody tell you, don't shoot him, don't shoot him. It's a plan. Da 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 da. You got to feel stupid. Untrustworthy can't been jealous since first episode when Monet made him give Tariq his gun. I just thought that was crazy. How can you get called off if you really had made your mind up that somebody had wronged you so much you gotta kill him? He didn't say, hey, it was all a dream, Kane. Your daddy didn't let Drew go over you. Your daddy didn't punk you and you wearing your Jesus piece. Your daddy didn't shoot at your mom. That ain't what he said. He said, don't shoot him. It's part of a plan. I don't know. Am I explaining this right? I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, um, so they ended up shooting out all of Mecca's boys and stuff like that. Mecca starts getting a little nervous and he's feeling like something's going on. Got Monet over there in his apartment. He's over there waiting on Tyreek to come with the bag, right? Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. I understand you well. You know Zeke was his brother, so many they had two sons on the spectrum. Okay. The dad and Mecca. Yeah, she probably wouldn't have cared if both them bald headed yellow men got killed. Okay, get them out my life. I want to run my life. I want to be the queen of this thing. Okay. Oh, I'm sick of them. Yeah, Monet probably really wouldn't have cared nothing about it. So, I didn't understand how Tyreek was going up in that building naked face like that. He's coming with the bag to holler at Mecca so he can get the 2 million in exchange for the bag. Monet watches him getting antsy, talking about something ain't right, this, that, and the other. Tyreek coming up, gets let in by the doorman. He's coming up. He ready to shoot Mecca, do whatever you got to do. But why would Monet shoot Mecca first? I really like. People are saying that it's because Mecca. Well, and she said in the thing he was going to shoot you and then turn around and shoot me. I didn't get that. I didn't get that, y'all. I didn't get that. Did I miss something? I didn't get that he was finna do Monet. What I think Monet did was shoot that man before old boy could get his money to get out the game. Because see, her brain power, her nucleus, her central processing unit is Tariq. Okay? She ain't got nobody to think for her, to help her and to come up with these elaborate schemes and plans. So I feel like she set up and shot Mecca uh, with Tariq, knowing Tariq was on that camera. Well, Tariq did say he was erasing the cameras, stuff like that. I feel like she shot Mecca, so Tariq will always be in envelope with her. Yeah, for him to be indebted to the game, exactly. So she shoots him. Tariq coming there and looking like, man, why you do that? He was gonna do the Monet knows she'll allow in a minute, right? They wipe the cameras clean, so we think like. So, girl taught you how to wipe Mecca's cameras clean, but what about the cameras to the whole place, bruh? That's weird. So Mecca's dead. After the whole thing in the warehouse, Lorenzo comes home to Diana, and Diana all like, or he has Diana, where your brothers them? They're like, oh, they're on their way home. Where's Monet? She's like, I don't know. I ain't seen Monet. You know what I'm saying? Mecca starts getting scary. Not Mecca. Lorenzo started getting nervous about Monet not being home, nobody having heard from her. So she says he asked her about the bag, and did she look at it? He was like, Poppy, I did look in it, but everybody is gonna think that I'm wrong or that I'm untrustworthy. Nobody trusts me. Um, I don't really want to say. And he was like, "You're not a snitch, none of my, you're my baby." Spanish word, Spanish word, Spanish word. My baby, this, that. Just tell your daddy what you saw. And she said, "Well, I saw some IDs and some money and accounts for all of us, but not you, Poppy, and this, that, and the other. And I also saw that he's actually a snitch." Now, Lorenzo go out there to that hangar where Mecca be at. Like, I'm gonna get him. He's a snitch, and did he kill Monet home on time? Did he kill Monet? Like, what's going on? This, that, and the other. He gets up to the hangar, sees Zeke getting on the plane. First of all, what Zeke had on, you ain't never seen Mecca looking like that. Um, the height, the weight difference. You come to kill somebody, you just don't kill nobody from the back like a punk. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even see nothing. Shot that boy dead in cold blood, thinking he didn't kill Mecca. See, because remember, he wanted to kill Mecca anyway. It didn't. It didn't. I mean, yes, Diana did give him that information. I do believe that Diana is who got Zeke killed. Some people argue Monet did, but I believe Diana got Zeke killed. Okay, the final blow was sent by Diana's actions. But if you remember in that bar when Monet went and told Lorenzo that about the plan and Kane was supposed to kill him and all that stuff like that, right? Lorenzo was like, let me take him out, let him take him out. And I remember just telling in my head when I heard him saying, I got Mecca, blah, 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 blah. I was like, man, put your dick down, dog. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always think he just so power boss. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't take nothing for him to want to go kill Mecca. It didn't take nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like, your impulsive nature, Lorenzo, that we keep seeing, your street machismo, it now you didn't kill the woman's son. And baby, if you don't think she gonna make you drink from the water, baby, please. She don't want you no way. She don't want you no way. Oh, so they sitting down eating dinner. Well, wait, they go to the police up there in Mecca's spot. I'm trying to understand why they didn't have no plan to kill Mecca and to chop the body up and get the body out to where the police don't come. So now they got some old head police detective from another, I guess, power or something like that. They showing on the news that Mecca's dead. He was an international uh, uh, police informant and this, that, and the other. And they got a still photograph from the downstairs cameras, and she recognizes Tariq St. Patrick. So we know Tariq gonna be in some form of trouble behind this Mecca stuff again, which Tariq deserves to be in some trouble here and there because he be keeping up a lot of trouble, right? He ain't just no little church boy, okay, at all. But can somebody tell me how they didn't have all these elaborate plans? There was no plan to get rid of the body because ain't nobody looking for him. That was weird to me. Lorenzo would have called Mecca name for him to turn around and know that it was Lorenzo who's killing him. Lorenzo's too macho to not let him know who he was the shooter. Okay. Mm-mm. I can't believe they didn't have some kind of plan together to get rid of that body. But anyway, they didn't. So it's all on the news, and everybody's like, "Wow!" They sit down for a family dinner with the Tejadas. Then they said news is that no. The phone rings because Monet is looking at Zeke's chair at the table is empty, and it's like, I'm gonna get my baby back. I'm gonna, make everything up to him. Then she gets the phone call where they say, "Are you the guardian of Ezekiel Cross?" Is like, "Yes, I'm his mother." She's ready to take on that. Just when she's ready to take on that role, 24 years later, you know what I'm saying? The boy is dead, they say, and she just hangs the phone up, and Lorenzo knows, and I'm just like, wow. So from where everything left off, this is what we can expect. Definitely some friction between Lorenzo and Monet in regards to the death, the killing, the homicide of Ezekiel Cross. Um, did y'all see that pilot come out with his bang bang? I said, okay, come on, pilot. The pilot, everybody was, all these people that Mecca got ran up on. Child. People acting like Mecca was too that they made Mecca go out like a punk. No, they didn't. Mecca was all wide open at that point. He was wide ass out. How did they both get out the building, not being captured on camera? Okay, let's talk about that. Yes, like Guapo, exactly. Child, I don't know what that was about. I guess you got to have a body so that you can now have Tariq in some more trouble, or also get the Tejadas next season wrapped up in some kind of trouble. I don't know, child. So those are some more possibilities. Diana is gonna be into it bad with Monet, I know. Um, and her brothers and Tariq for her snooping. Effie, let's talk about Lauren. Braden lied to Tariq about knowing at least what was going on the last time Braden saw him. Like Braden didn't tell him like the last time I seen him, he was going with Effie. She was going with Effie. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's gonna come out. And if that causes friction between them, that's gonna be sad because they got a lot going on and a lot of history of being there for each other. And whereas Tyreek maybe won't never kill Braden, Effie and them would. So he ain't snitching on Effie, and he ain't snitching on you, Tyreek, and he ain't snitching on Effie. You got to do some kind of way. You got to find some kind of way to unpack that and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Effie out there feeling crazy, and he telling her, you're the only one I can trust now, and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't like Effie. And the writer, Courtney, she's dead set. Like she feels like Effie would be like a great story to tell in like another book or something like that. And I'm like, I don't need to know nothing about Effie except what she gives on this show right here. Effie is just you already got an Effie. Well, who's the Effie on another one of them? Effie on is there an Effie on Canaan? One of these shows. Oh no. That's not even Power. That's them boys in Detroit. What's that show that we was watching? That's them boys in Detroit. Black BMG. There's a girl that's like Effie. That Kato girl. Yeah. So well, that's the run. That's a run. Hold on. That's a uh that's a running you know thought pattern edit is that they don't think Lauren is dead, but the lady who wrote the show said Lauren is dead. Yeah, the lady who wrote the show said Lauren's dead, Mecca's dead, Zeke is dead. So Effie gonna have to answer for that shit. See, Tyreek then screwed 3 chicks in, the whole semester. Okay, so I don't think he's just all in love with Effie. I think he like his running bedmate. It's they run together and they screw. But I think Effie gonna have some answers to do, especially after she already had did some mess to him. Y'all said in the previous edition of this show. Yeah, Effie's not, yeah, shang dang with Effie. I ain't here with Effie. Oh, Sax. Let me tell you what I'm really looking forward to. I am looking forward to the melee between Sax and Davis. I think it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna love it. Whatever it is, I'm just gonna love it unfolding. That's what I'm number one looking forward to. The second thing I'm looking forward to is Diana getting her just due. You too freaking fast. You're fast. And Diana, you need to sit your fast tail down. And I'm talking about fast with boy. I'm talking fast as in you're a busybody. I think she's already written stuff. She says she overwrites. But we'll see. So those are my two things. I have to see Davis and Sachs. Oh, Effie getting her just dessert, and then more Braden. So I went to school with little white boys like that. Not that they thought they was in no drug game, but they just felt like they was invincible and like to take chances with folks and do crazy stuff and say crazy stuff. Woo, 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 woo. And I watched them get over, just like Braden did. So it's kind of interesting. It's something that I know. So let's watch Braden Hell. So that's my conversation, my commentary on this Power Book 2 Ghost season finale for season 2. It was awesome. It was good. It was a lot going on in the episode, but it was good. And I heard they started taping last week. So we should be getting some good stuff by the end of the year. About November or something. She said. Okay. Good. I do not want her to have no separate thing. Because this whole Tate stuff in Power Book 5 influence, I'm like, what? See, they think they the wire, honey. But they do it in a different way. Instead of exploring the city, they exploring these different characters in all these different books. Okay? Maybe y'all can't even write like The Wire. But it's still entertaining. I do like Power. Well, the Power books. So I'll come on sometime this week to talk about Force because I did like Force. I hope that y'all are enjoying hanging out with me, talking about these shows because I do like them. So y'all have a good night, and I'll see you again uh, tomorrow for Force. Good night.